Hello and welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. Today as promised, I decided to take you through how to prepare or rather cook intestines in our local language, or in Africa, Kenya. We normally call it matumbo. So today I decided to take you through the process of making matumbo, or rather the process of cooking matumbo. Here I had matumbo, or rather goat's intestine. This is goat's intestines of 2 kgs. In my cafe, or rather in my food store, people normally like these uh, goat's intestines. I mean, rather, sorry for that, as compared to the cows, because the goat, when it comes to goat's intestines, it's rather as soft, easy to chew and easy to swallow. So in most cases I normally make sure that I have it in my menu, and each and every time that my clients come, they always find it here. But nowadays, how I don't normally dry fry them, or rather I don't have fried goat's intestines. I always make a stew out of it, because most of my clients just like it that way. They like it with the soup in it. They don't like it when it's dry, because they say that it's hard, or rather it's not easy to eat when it's dry. But I also have that allowance of which, if at all a client wants it made dry fry, I can also, he or she can place an order, and I can make it available to him. So here I had my ghost intestines. I mean, they had already been washed at the butchery. So here I was just going through it and trying to just remove a bit of some dirt, though all the dirt had already been removed. So here I was just rinsing it, just to make sure. Yeah, you cannot just take something from the butchery and just put it in the fire to boil or to cook. You just have that instinct that tells you that no, this is not correct, and this is not the way it should be. I'm supposed to be doing something about it. So I decided to go ahead and rewash it here. Rewash it, as you can see, to remove excess poop from it, because I know most of the people don't know that they normally have some poop inside. So I was just trying to remove all the dirt, some of the remaining dirt, and maybe handling or something of that sort. As you can see, you just take it and squeeze and try to squeeze it in matumbo, or rather in goat's intestines, or any intestines. You will find that they are always color green, because in green they're because of whatever they are feeding on. As you know, they normally feed the goats or the sheep or cow. They normally feed on, yeah, on grass. So automatically the matumbo all is supposed to be having that greenish color. So as you can see, it's clean, though most of the people, even the butchery, advises me not to to wash it so clean, because if at all you wash your matumbo so clean till they become white, they're not going to have taste. It's going to remove all the juice from it, and it's going to remove all the flavor from it. And the greener the matumbo, the sweeter it is, the delicious it's going to be. So you don't have to wash it that much till, in fact, on Facebook I saw some people, someone, there's this channel that I always follow on Facebook, I mean, concerning cookery, whereby somebody went ahead and washed the matumbo until it became so white. I don't know how the person ate it afterwards. So here I was just trying to just rinse it, as you saw, to rinse it, to just to remove extra dirt from it, and to make sure that I retain the flavor from it. So afterwards, I had to bring it to boil. I took it to the jiko here, as you can see. Jiko is what we normally use at my cafe. I normally use the gas cooker or the jiko. So here, as you can see, this is the matumbo, that the intestines that look like towels. Most of the people like this one. They are always black in color, black or rather dark in color, and these are the ones, the white ones. Okay, they are like the way you are seeing them, and then we have the ones that are kind of stretchy. Also, they look like ropes. These ones looks like worm. So here the matumbo was already done. I'd already boiled them. They were very soft and succulent. The soup was thick and very sweet, and in fact you can even eat it this way, because if you go to like the interior part of the country, especially in Africa, most of the people just boil it. Then after boiling it, they just add salt. Then after adding salt, it's easy to go. They just eat it the way it is, and that's how people things are done in the village. Most of the food are not even fried or such, because they believe in simplicity. As much as some people don't have all the necessities that they are supposed to be having frying them, they believe in simplicity. So here I was draining the soup, because that soup, or rather the broth, I was still going to use it instead of adding water. I normally prefer draining this soup and then adding it afterwards to my meat stew or matumbo as I cook, so I don't need to add extra water in it. And maybe if at all the need arises, I might add, but in this situation, in this case, I had enough. So as I was saying, okay, most of the people like it boiled, because even in where I'm coming from, or rather where I stay right now, you will find a lot of meat joints. And these meat joints, most of the meat, they are just boiled, and then you just take the salt, and you just eat it like that. One day I'll make a video of how all these things are being made, how the head of the cows, the goats, and the sheep are being boiled till the way they are broken down into various pieces. Yeah, and then sold out to people to eat, or rather, or even they can also use it to make motura. We say motura, it is in our local language, but in English it's called African sausage. So one time, if I find somebody who really knows how to go about it, how all those processes of making motura, or rather the African sausages, and is I will make sure that I make a video from it. So here I just went ahead and to cut it into small pieces. I didn't cut it into smaller pieces when I was when I was boiling it, because it's always very hard to cut it before boiling, because it's slippery. First of all, it's very slippery, so you can imagine cutting it and it's slippery, it's like you're wasting your time. So I personally prefer boiling it. Then after boiling it, I go ahead and try to cut it into smaller pieces. Here it was very hot by there, and in fact it was even burning my fingers. So I always go ahead and make sure that I cut them into very small pieces, not that small pieces, but sizable. Let me say, yeah, I cut them into sizable pieces, for at least to make sure that the meat, not the meat, the oil that I'm going to use get inside of each and every piece of the matumbo, or the intestines of in it, and it gets all the spices in an equal measure. So here I was just trying to cut it. And by the way, if I told you have never tried eating matumbo or goat's meat, I prefer goat's meat, as I said. First of all, because it is easy to chew, as I said, and it's easy to swallow, and it's very delicious. Secondly, it's because goat's meat is very medicinal. If at all you are having, you are allergic to like meat and such, or rather, if at all you eat meat and other kind of protein, you get some rashes, or you get some boils, or so or such, or even you get stomachache. You are advisable to be taking not cow's meat, but goat's meat. I don't know how we call goat's meat in English. Please kindly on the comment section, if at all you know how we call goat's meat, goat's meat. For the cow's meat is called beef. Then we have goats. Not goats, but rather sheep's meat is called mutton. But what about goat's meat? If at all you know, please kindly comment on the comment section and tell us. So, or as I was saying, a goat's meat, it's very medicinal. If at all you are allergic to some protein, you are advised to take goat's meat. And even the soup, you just boil it, you bring it to boil, you make sure that it's boiled. So you boil it, then afterwards you take the soup, you drink it. You drink it, you just add salt, then you drink it. And then with time you'll find out that the allergy that you used to have is going to stop. So goat's meat is the best, though it's very expensive as compared to mutton and beef. But goat's meat is always very expensive, because for now the goat's meat is around 700. Yeah, 1 kilogram of goat's meat in our country right now, yeah, is 700 Kenyan shillings. But if you compare it to cow's meat, or rather to beef is around 570. So you can see the difference. The goat's meat is very expensive, and it's sweet, by the way. It's very succulent, very sweet, very soft. I like it. By the way, I normally like taking it. So here there was a client that came, so I had to try to warm his food for a bit. Then afterwards I had already finished everything. I was setting, the fire was already set. And before this, don't mind about that, because I was still doing my magic in the kitchen and at the cafe. Today I was alone, though I had a help. Yes, this is a Saturday. By the way, this this vlog was taken on a Saturday, and my boy, my chef, went to church. He came, made some chapatis there. Afterwards he went to church, and he was supposed to be coming back at around 4 o'clock. But I had a help, because I couldn't do it alone. Yes, at night I normally do it alone. I normally do everything by myself, but during the day it's kind of very difficult, because I have to be moving up and down, going to the store, maybe, yeah, to the to the shops to buy 1 2 3, coming back again. It always consumes time. And then going outside, fetching water, doing the dishes, it normally takes a lot of time. So I always prefer that I have a help, who always helps me out when the chef is not around. But if at all the chef is around, we can just do it all by yourself. You cannot two people. I normally don't mind, but yeah, I just had to call her. Besides, I wasn't feeling that well, by the way. I had some issues and I wasn't even feeling well, so I wanted to reflect on things as I cook. Cooking is also magic, so I just wanted to reflect on things and do some stuff, and even rest my mind a bit, yes, like that, because I felt like that if I go out, coming again, doing this and that, it was going to be hectic on me. And then I wasn't feeling well, so it was going to be hectic on me. I never wanted that to happen, because if at all I was going to drag myself behind, the clients were going to suffer, you see. And if the clients suffer, I'm also going to suffer, because my pocket is also going to suffer. So I decided to call in this girl who was helping me around. I know you'll be wondering why the other lady wasn't around. I'd already talked about it in my previous video. Please, kindly, if at all you haven't watched, please go back and watch. And if at all you've watched till this part, please, I appreciate you so much, so much. May you be blessed, and may you always continue to be watching my video. But may you continue to always sharing, liking and commenting, and continue watching me more and more of my videos. I thank you so much. So kindly share. If at all you have a friend, please kindly tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yes, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, so that at least they can know what is going on. They can also come and share my life. Yes, they can also come and share my life with them. Yes, so please kindly, and if at all you're watching this video till here and you haven't subscribed, please, it's free. Subscription is free. Please, 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 help a girl, help a girl. Kindly go subscribe and turn on your notification turn bell, so that at least you'll be notified anytime I upload new videos. So here I was trying to warm chapatis. Here I normally don't use the microwave. Yes, I don't use the microwave because in fact most of my clients, first of all, they don't like it, because if I told you tell them that you are warming the food, they are always like, what are you using? Are you using microwave? If I told you using the microwave, please, I'd rather take it cold rather than using the microwave. You know, with this time, with this kind of diseases that are all over, cancer, whatever, people are just scared and people are taking precautions, and people are valuing their health more and more. Yeah, because if at all you don't value your health, who will? Who will for you? Who will for you? Your family still needs you. And so I normally use the gas. As you can see, this is the what I normally use to make the chapati. We call it karaya. Yes, we call it karaya. And if you ask, don't mind about the flies. Yeah, flies wherever you're boiling the intestines, they're always there. I hate it when they're there. I just hate these flies. Whenever the matumbo is there or the intestines are there, you will always find the what do you call it, the flies. And they say, like in my country, in Africa, they normally say that wherever you find meat and flies are all over, that means that meat is very fresh. But if at all there is meat there and we don't see any flies, that means that meat has some chemicals for preservation. So that is it. If at all you don't know, now you know. You know. If you go to the butchery or you go to the supermarket and you don't see flies, please just leave it. Don't take it. Don't buy it. But if at all you go to the butchery and you see some flies all over, know that meat is very, very fresh, and that's why it's attracting the flies. So yeah, this one is very, the intestine is very nice, very fresh. Yeah, it is just brought today. So after doing whatever I was doing, after cutting the matumbo, I went ahead and cleaned my, what do we call this one? I'm forgetting it. You know, there are a lot of things in my head right now. What do you call it? I've just forgotten it. So here I was trying to make, okay, before I say whatever I wanted to say, here I normally use some things to like thicken my soup. I normally blend some potatoes. I take potatoes, carrots, onions, tomatoes, and capsicum. Yes, the green one, the green capsicum. I know, yeah, and the carrot, as you can see. These are some of the items that I normally use in my kitchen to thicken my soup. Guys, try it out. If at all you want to thicken your soup, just blend potatoes, a slice of potato, carrots, what do you call it, tomatoes, a little bit of some onions, capsicum for the taste, though some people don't like capsicum, but me, I like it on the food. If at all it's blended. If it's not blended, no. Just leave it. But if at all you've blended it, it's okay with the main. So here, that is what I always do. Or I can even fry the onions and tomatoes. Then after frying it, before it's half done, I transfer it into a blender and blend it and put it in and add it into any stew that I am making. My friend, it makes magic. It does magic. Try it out. But if at all you have other ways of thickening your soup, kindly let me know, so that I can also try it. You know, it's a matter of helping each other. We are just here to help each other. So if at all you have any other method, please tell me. And in most cases, as you can see, I normally remove those seeds, the capsicum seeds. I don't blend them with them, because at times it makes the soup to be bitter. So that's why I normally remove the seeds from them. Yeah, so here I was cutting the tomatoes and blending them. Some of them I was going to use to like just a little to fry the intestines a little, just for a little bit, and the other ones I was going to use it to blend. Then after blending them, I was going to add it into my stew. So that's how I normally do it in my kitchen. So you can also tell me how you normally do it, your matumbo. How do you do your matumbo? How do you make your matumbo? How do you make it succulent? Yes, people are different. There are different ways of cooking. But here I was first of all, I fried the onions. After frying the onions, I added the tomatoes. After adding the tomatoes, I added the, what we call it, the matumbos. But that is another the first method. The second method, you can just, after cutting your matumbos, you can put them into a sufuria or a saucepan. Then after putting them into a sufuria or a saucepan, you take it to the jiko. When it's a little bit sticky, you add some oil. You let it fry. After frying, but here you're supposed to be very careful, because if you take if you are not keen, it's going to, the matumbo, I mean, yes, the matumbo is going to stick on the, what do we call it, the matumbo is going to stick on the sufuria, and it can even burn. So here you must be very, if you're using the second method, you're supposed to be very, very, very careful, yeah, for your matumbo not to get burnt. The intestines, I mean, those who know, for those who know, yeah, for them to not to get burnt. So here I just, because of time, yeah, because of time, it was just race against time. So here I just went ahead, cut the onions and the tomatoes. After cutting the tomatoes, I fried them. After frying them, I added my tomatoes and the salt. I normally don't use a lot of spices. The, what do we call it, the powder spices, or so the organic one. Is it the organic or the inorganic? I don't know, but you can tell me. Those ones I normally don't use it. I just use natural things. If at all I have ginger, well and good. If at all I don't have ginger, I just leave it. I don't use any other thing apart from that. So here, after the onions were golden brown, I added the tomatoes. After the tomatoes were like a bit softer and succulent, I went in and added the, what do you call it, the intestines, the goat's intestines. So this is how I do it. This is how I do it, guys. If at all you have any other method that apart from mine, you can go ahead and tell me, so that at least next time I can also yeah, use it. Yes, it's a matter of helping each other, and here we are educating each other. So as you can see, if at all you wanted it to dry fry, you just add a little more oil, yeah, for it to be like crunchy. I like it dry. By the way, I don't like it when it's having soup, but I always like it when it's dry, not even wet, dry, dry, dry completely, like crepes. Whereby if you eat, you feel like you're eating crepes. That is how I normally like my matumbo. But this is not me. I'm not making it for myself. I'm making it for my clients, and whatever my clients want and however they want it, they get it, because they are my bosses and I must take care of them. So guys, thank you so much for always watching. Thank you so much for the subscription. So please share, 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 and like, and please tell a friend to tell a friend. So I added the soup. Yeah, this is the one that I had already drained. I made sure that I used it again here. Yeah, instead of using water, because the water normally make it not look nice and such. After that, I will add my paste, the paste that I had already blended. Yeah, you saw it. I add it to at least make it thick. Yes, yeah, I went ahead and added the paste that I had already blended like that. And then after that, you just let it boil. You let it simmer for some time. Then after that, it's good to go. Just make your ugali. Matumbo goes very well with ugali. Matumbo with ugali, yes. Matumbo with another thing, no. Matumbo just goes well with ugali. Ta-da! that's the final touch. That's the final look. Goodbye.